Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Sicilian Corner podcast. And another gorgeous, unbelievable weather.
Been a beautiful week, hasn't it?
Oh, jeepers creepers. If you don't like this kind of weather, there's something that's seriously, you got a major malfunction.
I know, right?
Yeah, no question.
Buongiorno, Mike and Lou. Well,
Hey.
buongiorno for you guys. It's almost buonasera for me.
I know that. Hey, I feel so bad for what you had to go through. It's been a couple of weeks now, right? Just about 2 weeks since you're...
A little bit more.
Okay.
A little bit more, but you know, as they say here, avanti. Let's go ahead. Ahead. Forward.
And I watched your show this week, and I was like in shock watching what was going on. And you know something, you smile through the whole process, which is very good. And just why don't you explain to our Sicilian Corner listeners what took place in your life a couple of weeks ago?
Well, that was the second week. Yep. The week before that, I had a whole video chronicling what happened, and that was that I was on tour with a group. Oh, that's my machine that I have to do right there.
Oh, gosh.
That's the machine I have to do. I was on tour with a group of 15. We call them legends, people who are repeat travelers. And I stepped the wrong way. My foot went one way, my knee went the other. I ended up tearing my tibia and went to the hospital emergency room in Taormina, which they were great. They put a cast on it and said to me, "Hey, we're going to operate on you." I said, whoa. Before you do that, and that I chronicled that all in the week before, so not this video, the week before. I'm literally doing selfies from the hospital. But anyway, let me just finish saying. So what happened was they said, "You're going to have an operation." I said, "Wait a second. First of all, I don't know you. I just got here. I need a second opinion. I need to talk to Alfred. I've got a group here. Thank you very much, but no." So I left and joined the group for dinner that night with a cast and a wheelchair. And then Alfred immediately called one of our dear friends, who's one of the best surgeons in Italy, and said, "This is a situation. What should Eszter do?" He said, "Have her do a CAT scan and an X-ray and send it to me immediately." And so what happened was that I continued on with the group. We were in Giardini Naxos, and we continued on with the group to Sicily, because that was our place for 3 days. And so I continued on to Sicily with them, got a CAT scan, everything, and sent it to him. And I continued on going. I didn't go on tours, but I went to each one of the hotels with the group and had dinner with them.
Video.
What's that?
Look at you in an ambulance and shooting video in the emergency room. It's a pro.
This is me. So this is the story. So this is as soon as I got out of. So I come back to our home, and the doctor said, "You're going to go into the hospital for surgery in 3 days." So I unpacked everything from being gone from the house for 12 days and repacked to go into the hospital. And some of the video that I'm showing you was one of them was me going for a CAT scan because I was so nervous about the results of the CAT scan, which sort of showed, yes, that my tibia was broken. And some of the other video that you saw, Lou, was me coming home. Some of it was post-surgery. Anyway, the video of me right there is after all was said and done. So I went into a special clinic, and it was one of the best hospital experiences. I don't have a lot of hospital experiences, but of all the hospital experiences, that was one of the best I've had.
That's wonderful.
The staff was very professional.
Oh.
The place was very clean. The doctors were very thorough. They did complete tests for an entire day before allowing me to go to surgery. During the surgery, they did give me anesthesia, but I was gone from the bottom down, but from after 20 minutes, I woke up and I watched the whole thing on TV. And I
Oh,
was talking to the surgeon during my surgery. And then I heard him say, we did it, we did it. And I gave a high five during my surgery to my surgeon.
Wow.
And then they have to keep you for an entire day afterwards. So it's not like you get surgery, ciao, see you later. It's you come in a day before, we do the test, you do the surgery, and then we follow you for an entire day to see everything's okay.
Hmm.
So anyway, the video of me in that dress was the day that I got discharged. And Alfred was asking me about a bunch of stuff, and he's like, wow, you're really energetic. Why don't I get the camera and start rolling?
Good idea.
So it's so there's the guy who did my X-ray and my CAT scan. And it was so fun talking to these people. He's like, I'm in this for God because I have to uh, give to people today because it then will come back to me. Like that's the people of Catania, like they're really big-hearted people. So anyway, the surgery went great. You saw the screws in there. I know you showed a video of the screws. Um, Now I'm about 4 weeks after I broke my leg, but only 2 weeks after my surgery, because remember, I continued with the group
Right.
with a broken leg.
On cobblestone.
And no, and let me tell you the magic of this group. So this was our Legends group. What does this mean? That every single one person in that group had been with us minimum 2 times. The couple that has been the most with us 6 times with us.
Wow.
So so we had people who are now friends. They're repeaters. We've had multiple years of relationships, right? And so in this group of legends, we had a retired nurse, a retired dentist, a retired pharmacist, a retired eye doctor, a guy who had pulled his wife in a wheelchair for 2 years until she passed away, a woman who's a holistic healer, is into yoga and natural foods and everything. So now I left the hospital and I was under the care of these professionals where I had the retired nurse every few hours. Have you taken your Tylenol? I had the woman, the holistic, did you eat your egg? Have you had your vitamin C? I had the guy who was doing, who knew how to handle wheelchairs. He's like, I got Esther's wheelchair. Everyone was just like bit by bit helping me along. I had my angels around me, angels, right?
Wow.
The staff at the hotel, these are not new hotels, these are hotels that we use. The staff at the hotel were superior. Everyone gave us the best care, the most attention. And we finished the tour successfully. The surgery was successful. I cannot say more about not only the travelers who were with us, the staff at the hotels, the restaurants, our drivers who went above and beyond. Alfred, who has a patience of I don't even recognize him. And finally, the medical system in Sicily, which was outstanding.
Something that's wonderful to hear. Um, I When we first got married, we went to Italy. It was 1967 the first time, and one of Lucille's cousins he had appendicitis, and we went to that hospital. And man, oh man, it wasn't exactly the greatest in the world back then.
Not all hospitals are.
Well, I know
Not
that.
all
You look at some Boston hospitals, you shake your head sometimes, with the reputation that we have. But if you really look around, I mean, there's some things that leave a little bit to be desired. I wanted to ask you, for someone who does not speak Italian or Sicilian, is there enough English being spoken in these hospitals with the the people you're dealing with, the doctors and the nurses and the MRI, X-ray technicians?
That's a great question. It's a huge problem, as you know, Mike and Lou. English as a second language is a huge problem in Sicily. I have to say that, uh, you know, thankfully my Italian is at a level that I could
Communicate.
converse and communicate, and I understood and blah blah blah. Several of the nurses, several of the doctors try to speak in English. My surgeon, his English is perfect. He has done a lot in the United States.
Okay.
He has gone to the United States. He's practiced in the United States, so he has
Oh,
had that. Today, I had a follow up, and they took out my stitches, and they told me my next exercises and the next things that I have to do. Right.
yeah.
Um, the doctor, she's an intern. Her English was perfect. Her English was perfect. There were a few things like stockings, you know, because I just got my compression socks and they were
Right.
really
Right.
stockings and things like that she didn't know. But otherwise, it was funny because please, she said, Esther, let me practice my English. So
They
I said,
look for an
okay, you
opportunity.
say English and I'll respond in Italian. Um, it is not always the case. For example, I called three ambulances. And the reason, by the way, well, first when it happened, an ambulance took me. Then I called an ambulance, and this is such a Sicily story. So the place where they did my first CAT scan in Sheffield was in a building where you had to go down a hill like this. The streets are steep like this. So a car couldn't, I wouldn't go down in my wheelchair. A car was going to have a hard time. And so I was the guy at the general manager of the hotel said, Esther, I've been there. You're not going to be able to just wheel yourself in there. Let's call an ambulance. Anyway, so there were several things that I had to call an ambulance to get me to the
Right.
place. When I went to the hospital, for example, to get my surgery, at first I called a an ambulance to take me there because I didn't have crutches, I didn't have all this stuff, and we have stairs to go down, and I needed professionals to take me there.
Absolutely.
Those guys did not speak English that well. These were private
Yeah.
ambulance companies.
Yeah.
When it comes to the physicians, the nurses, and and the surgeons, a couple levels up. But
Okay.
it is an issue. And
Yeah.
in fact, Alfred, when he came to visit me in the hospital, when he went to the front desk, he's a little bit, you know,
He's
uh,
he's worried.
justifiably, stressed and tired, and blah, blah, blah. And he started speaking English, and the front desk didn't do it, couldn't speak. And he's like, why don't we volunteer to do the Sicilian project, free English classes for the staff at some hospitals, because that could be really beneficial to
Oh,
some travelers.
that's an
Mm.
awesome. I had one of my relatives. His wife ended up getting hurt, and when he communicated with his doctor said, "Take the next plane home." So, I mean, must have been something there that he didn't care for, or whatever the case might be. But she went through hell. He had to buy
Yeah,
first class tickets so she'd have more room, this, that, and the other thing. And outside of being a huge expense for him and his family, it's too bad. It really is. But accidents can
yeah,
happen anywhere, you know.
yeah.
Um, and it's good to
And
hear.
we're in Sicily, and so we're talking cobblestone streets, uneven streets, hilly streets, uh, and
Narrow
this was
street.
a purely an accident. And like I have a rule. I don't use my phone when I'm walking. I don't talk. That's a big rule, and I'm very big on pay attention. Blah blah blah. It was an accident. It was a stone that was
Yeah.
sticking out. and literally my foot went like this. It could have been my ankle that broke. It could have been other things. Something was going to have to give.
I just want to add to what you had to say about walking with the phone, because people, they don't pay attention. You know what I mean? They're so involved in
Yeah.
carrying the phone. Well, I had this guy. I saw him coming. I mean, I'm walking toward him. He's walking toward me, and he's just in this freaking conversation. He was oblivious to, and he was walking right at me. And I said, you know something? Screw him. And he walked right into me, and I was prepared for him. He wasn't prepared for me. He just about fell right in his ass. But I did it on purpose because it irks me. It irks me, you know. So I I know what
Listen,
you say
my
about people.
sister in New York City,
Yeah.
she's in New York City. So what does that mean? She's walking, she takes Ubers, she's walking around. She tells me when she's in downtown New York City, not a day goes by that someone doesn't run into her. Like she's in like total alert. Like who's gonna run into me? Who's on the phone? Who's this?
Uh, I don't get it. I don't get it. What did we do when we didn't have cell phones? You know what I mean?
No kidding.
I
No
mean,
kidding.
I just wanted to add, you were not in a regular Sicilian hospital. You went to a clinic, correct? Or a
Correct.
private?
So the first hospital I went to was the emergency room in Taormina.
Okay.
I left there, and then where I had my surgery was a private clinic. It's called Morgani, and it is a big clinic. So in other words, there's the Morgani Hospital, there's the outpatient where I was treated, um, and they have multiple levels of care. So this was my second time there. The third time I have to go back on the 21st, where we do another X-ray, go to the next stage, and they really walk you through and watch you through. And I've heard such horror stories in the United States when you operate, you go home the next day, and then you're on your own.
Right.
This
There's
is a
follow.
very much
Mm.
a very high level clinic.
Wow. That's good to hear, man. That really is. But, in Italy, the number in Sicily, rather, the number that you call for emergency, it's not 911, it's 118, isn't it?
It's 118.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I remember that.
Yeah. But I had the lucky thing with all of this is that this happened right outside the hotel we're staying at. So I literally took 2 steps from the exit door to go on my morning walk.
mm,
I'm in my niece's volleyball shirt, uh, Andover Vajda volleyball pink shirt, my
right.
walking shorts, my sneakers,
Oh,
and that's it.
you were a Hollywood fashion plate girl.
Well, anyway, so everything so far has gone great. So
Yeah, that's awesome, awesome, awesome to hear. Uh,
yeah.
because anxiety had to be really high. You know, no,
I did not have any anxiety.
really.
I actually didn't feel any pain until a day after the surgery during this whole thing. I was in full adrenaline rush those first 10 days, following my group around, making sure that everything went fine. We had dinner every night. I knew what I had to do. Being in a wheelchair was a new thing. Now, I don't have to be in a wheelchair. We decided to buy a wheelchair because it makes my life much easier, Alfred's
Absolutely.
life much easier, and who knows?
I wanted
Um,
to ask you. You made a comment about when they were giving you medication to knock you out, and from your neck down, you were you didn't feel anything. Could you hear them like with the screws and the hammer?
yes, yes, yeah.
Oh,
In
beautiful,
fact, in
beautiful.
fact, so let me just tell you, and excuse me if someone can't handle this because it can be a little bit gruesome. So what happened, this was the situation. I had something covering from here down. So I couldn't see my leg. I couldn't see anything. And there was a curtain
Correct.
over here. Yeah. On my right-hand side was a TV screen where I could see them doing the work. Okay.
Right.
So I could see my kneecap, the bone, and I could see the blood. I could see the ligaments. And I heard the discussion about what to do. The plan was different than what they ended up executing. And I
Okay.
heard them discussing this. On my left, I saw the assistant handing the surgeon the instruments. So I saw hammers, I saw
Every
big hammers, small hammers, screws, and I heard it. I heard the screws being put in. And I have to say that I've always been the type of patient. I want to see what's going on. When they're working on my teeth, I want to see what's going on. When they're working on something, I want to see what's going on. I want to
good deal.
understand. And I saw and I heard, and I was like, oh, they succeeded. Saw them succeed uniting my kneecap and my tibia. I saw them
Sure.
uniting. And then I said, and then I heard them say, we did it. And that's when I said, how's it
Hallelujah.
going? And he came and gave me and there's
Wow.
no better feeling than hearing your surgeon say, we did it.
You know something unbelievable. Listen, I got to take a quick break. We come back. I want to hear more about this. I'm glad you're so happy about the medical side of things in Sicily and, as a matter of fact, in Italy, because throughout the European countries, it's ranked very, very high, very high.
Yes.
All right, we're
Yes.
going to take a quick break, Rick. Yeah, that's what he said. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Ciao, this is Eszter of You, Me, and Sicily. I want to talk to you about Tommy Amin and the great staff at Butcher Boy Market. Families, foodies, and home chefs come together at Butcher Boy to talk good food and create traditions. They offer the best in quality cuts of beef, pork, lamb, poultry, and restaurant-style steaks and chops. Produce? All of their produce is hand-selected to complement any meal or even to make it your main course. Their deli serves fresh roast beef, turkey, and beautiful imported Italian cold cuts, cheeses, and antipasto. And don't forget the Butcher Boy Bakery, featuring sweet delectables from all over the state, as well as their very own bakery. That's Butcher Boy, where the secret to a great steak is, of course, the steak. Located at 1077 Osgood Street in North Andover, Massachusetts, in the Butcher Boy Plaza. Ciao!
Legacy Care Law Firm provides estate planning and elder law services to people in the greater Merrimack Valley and southern New Hampshire areas, with offices in North Andover and Woburn, Massachusetts, as well as Nashua and Salem, New Hampshire. Discussing family and financial matters with an attorney can be intimidating, but our goal is to help you prepare for the future as you preserve your legacy. We help clients qualify for government medical benefits and ensure their estates are preserved for their families so they don't need to worry about their estate being wiped out by high nursing home expenses. Legacy Care Law Firm attorneys are here to support your journey toward a more secure financial future.
This is Tom Zappala. Located in the heart of downtown Haverhill, the Haverhill Beef Company is a full-service, old-fashioned butcher shop and meat market that continues to be a valued family tradition since 1952. Peter and Monica Carboni's Haverhill Beef offers individualized service from an outstanding selection of marinated sirloin tips, homemade sausage, marinated chicken, and thick, juicy Chairman Reserve steaks. Your family deserves the best, so call Peter at 978-374-4795 or visit their website at www.haverhillbeef.com.
At Catadella Funeral Home, we reinvest in our business to provide your family with the best facilities. It begins with a beautifully landscaped exterior, parking for 250 vehicles, and a comfortable and inviting access to our renovated interior. Funerals can be costly, so you should review and compare plans to make sure you receive services that are fairly priced. I invite you to experience the Catadella difference in cost, facility, and service.
Catadella's honoring and celebrating the lives of the people we loved, providing exceptional care since 1929.
Italian artisan cuisine combines simple, fresh ingredients with time-honored preparation to create an incredible culinary experience. At Tuscan Kitchen, located in Salem's historic Depot District, talented chefs prepare everything in-house from scratch for all to see. Guests enjoy their meal literally in our kitchen as food is prepared right in front of you. Wood ovens burn from morning till night, roasting vegetables, baking bread, and firing delightful thin-crust pizzas. Prime steaks are seared on a wood grill. A rotisserie slowly roasts marinated whole chickens and lamb, while a pasta maker creates fresh fettuccine. More than just artisan cuisine, Tuscan Kitchen features the wine bar, live entertainment, weekly wine tastings, and elegant private dining and event space. Call 603-952-4875 or visit TuscanKitchen.com to make a reservation and learn more about the culinary adventure that awaits. In Italy, cooking is an art form. Tuscan Kitchen. Experience artisan Italian.
Orthopedics Northeast and Essex Orthopedics have joined forces as Mobility Bone and Joint Institute to bring improved access and outstanding medical care. While our name has changed, our dedication to exceptional care remains the same as it has for the past 30 years. Same location, 16 Pelham Road, Salem, New Hampshire.
Play more, earn more, win more at Encore Boston Harbor. Sign up for Win Rewards today and score $50 in free play instantly. Score even more as you play your favorite games. New members will also receive $25 in free play for every 100 tier credits earned playing with your new Win Rewards card. Highly rewarding instantly. Visit EncoreBostonHarbor.com for more information. New members only. Further terms and conditions apply. If you or a loved one is experiencing problems with gambling and needs support, call 833-277-5050 or visit gamblinghelplinema.org to speak with a trained specialist. Specialists are available 24/7 and services are free, confidential, and available in multiple languages.
This is Cindy.
And Mike Kunstler,
owners and operators of Four Oaks Country Club and Grazie Italian Restaurant in Drake, Massachusetts.
Grazie Italian Restaurant is the hidden gem of the Merrimack Valley.
Why is that?
We have an incredible chef, Oscar Figueroa.
In the words of local famous chef and restaurant owner Lydia Shire,
Oscar thrives on hard work.
He is capable and gifted.
No one makes better food. Scallops, seared to perfection.
House-made ravioli with farm-fresh local corn.
And buttery tender Lazy Man's lobster, just to name a few.
You have to come experience Grazie Italian Restaurant for yourself.
Grazie Italian Restaurant, located at Four Oaks Country Club, 80 Meadow Creek Drive in Drake, Massachusetts. Hope to see you soon.
And we are back in Sicily. And Esther, what's the temperature like there right now this afternoon?
It's been very, very nice, like 70, mid-70s type of thing. Perfect sunny. Today a little bit windy, but it's been very nice. We had a couple of days of rain, good, because we needed it. But you know, right now October is one of the most beautiful periods in Sicily because there's a lot of festivals. Believe it or not, now is the fall harvest. So there's a lot of, they're called sagras, which is celebrations of different foods. Like, for example, in Tre Castagni, there's the Chestnut Festival happening this weekend. There was the Arancini Festival not far from us.
Wow.
We have Ottobrata, which is one of the biggest food festivals in all of Italy, happening every Sunday in October. Of course, we've done 1 million videos from that festival because it truly is something to behold. It's hundreds, when I say hundreds of stalls of, you know, the local harvest. So we're talking grapes, apples, the chestnuts, the figue di India, the prickly pears, the, I don't know if I said grapes are being harvested right now, but also sausages and ricotta, honey. You can taste honey. There's people doing artisan, you know, people doing woodworking, people working on metal stuff, you know, so there's music, there's a lot of stuff going on. So that's every Sunday, only in October.
You know, I noticed Italians like to have a good time, don't they, huh?
There's something to be said about that. If you're not celebrating the saints, you're celebrating the foods. For instance, Alfred and I in August went to the Anchovy Festival, which was a lot of fun. And it's so nice to see everyday Sicilians of all ages go to
Right.
these things.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I
Okay,
wanted to ask
hang
you.
on, hang on. Anchovy Festival. What's the most surprising food?
What,
What are they
anchovies?
putting anchovies with that you wouldn't expect?
Oh my gosh. Well,
Whoops. You did it. You did
Nope,
it
can't hear
now.
you anymore.
Yeah. Blame Louis. You started talking about.
I
Can,
did. I get in trouble.
yeah. Okay.
She's gonna. And we're
I thought
testing her mobility too.
when you were going to say something about the
Okay,
anchovy. Is she back on?
So, okay, so I'm back on.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the anchovies, I mean, that with bread, just anchovy with hot pepper flakes, you just eat them.
Oh yeah, I know.
You put them on pizza, you put them in crispetti, of course. There's no anchovy gelato. There's no anchovy granita. Anchovy and pasta.
Yeah,
Lots of
that
anchovy.
makes it beautiful. Are you kidding me?
Lots. Mm-hmm. Yep. With the wild fennel.
Yeah, yeah. I like cooking
Very
with fennel. Fennel gives you such a nice flavor,
Yeah.
even when you cook it. You know, I mean, at a holiday table, you always have, 3 bulbs or so cut up nice, and people just love it like the licorice, and it cleanses your palate, which
Yeah.
is a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
I see.
So wait a sec, Mike. I'm not talking about fennel. I'm talking about fennel leaves, wild green fennel leaves.
Oh, I'm
the
sorry.
stuff
Yeah,
that's on
yeah,
top.
yeah. Oh, I see. Huh. You have Stephen Lane. Do you know him?
Stephen Lane. I'm looking forward to seeing him next week in
Wednesday.
Sicily.
Yeah, he says I'll be there Wednesday.
Yep.
Sorry, I can't Tarantella with you. I like
In
I
my
like that.
wheelchair.
Yeah. Andy Parisi is saying hello.
Hey, Andy.
Andy is a great, great guy, and he's been a listener since day
Yeah.
one.
Come say hello.
Yeah. So
Here's my hero right here.
there he is. Hey,
Hey,
Al.
guys, how you doing?
We're doing well. Hey, you did a great job dealing with the situation you had a few weeks ago.
All I do is what I'm told. That's it.
Hey, I hear you.
Esther
You know,
said,
after being with this woman for 11 years, I finally have learned that if you want peace, just take orders from her on a daily basis. And that's about it.
Like you believe that?
I shouldn't be
Hey,
outing her, but she said it on the air, so it's okay, I guess. She said you were so cooperative and so helpful and so supportive, she didn't recognize you.
Wow.
Yeah, go figure.
I'm
Go
like
figure.
flattered, but really, I've never met a woman like Eszter in my life. This woman
good to hear.
has a spirit that just doesn't give up. You know, she's got the mind of an athlete. She was a marathon runner. And, I really have to hold her back because she really wants to do stuff that, I'm like, hey, don't you think you did enough today type of a thing. With me, I'd just be sitting down and drinking my booze, and that's about it. By the way, Mike, you've got a great tan.
Well, it comes natural. Yesterday, I worked outside all day, and it doesn't take much for me. I mean, I never put any lotion. I don't do anything to block the sun.
No, you look, great.
It's just the way it is. I don't
Hey, I want
burn.
to give
I
a
never
quick
burn.
shout out since I have some free time over here.
Stephen Lane was on, by the way.
I want to give a shout out to my brother Tommy's granddaughter, Lucy Sakura. She's doing a heck of a job as a
What an
defenseman
athlete.
for Central Catholic's soccer team. I mean, they have an unbelievable team this year, and this kid's only a sophomore,
Yeah.
and she's a straight A student to boot, which just shows you that it's not my brother Tommy's genes that's doing all this, okay? And also the captain of Andover High's undefeated volleyball team is Naomi Vajda, Eszter's niece. They're 6-0, 7-0, and I think she has like 30 or 40 different colleges chasing after her. I mean, that one's a tall drink of water. She's 6'1". She's a spiker, I mean, she's even taller than I am. Of course, I'm shriveling now, but she's doing pretty good. I know Lou isn't very quiet today because he's getting over the Red Sox, but as soon as they get rid of Duran, that's number one, and they get their bats back that are all on the IL, especially Anthony and so forth, I think they're going to be okay. Plus, if they sign one more stud pitcher, they're going to be okay. But they did a heck of a job. I mean, here it is October, and we were still rooting for him last night.
It was fun
So,
until
Lou,
the
keep
last
the
guy.
chin up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No. You know something? They did much better than I thought they would ever do.
Seriously. Yeah.
And they've been exciting with the kids, you know, pulling up that farm system. Who's ever running their farm system?
Unbelievable, huh?
Great
How
job.
many guys they have?
I mean, I think
the
awesome.
Japanese guy came back pretty good from his shoulder injury. Last month he was hitting pretty good. I'm glad I hope he comes back next week. But Duran's got to go. He's a 250 banjo hitter now. Same thing with Wong. See you later. And that's about it. Anyways, I'm going to let you get back to Esther. But she's my hero. Okay, for the record,
she's all
my
our
hero.
heroes. Yeah,
I love
absolutely.
you, sweetheart. Okay, guys, thank you. Ciao, ciao.
Absolutely. Take care. There you are. There you are.
So this one, do you know? So what time was the baseball game last night?
I was going to say, what time was he watching the baseball game?
What time was the baseball game last
It
night?
started here at 8.
Started at 8, yeah.
Now let me tell you what's been going on in this household for the past
I
3
can't
days.
wait to hear this.
1:55 a.m.
Okay.
Whoop, time to watch the game. Goes out into the deck, smoking his stogie, and I hear, "Oh shit! Oh." I mean, and then at 5 a.m., it's like, did they win? Did they not win? Is he going to be in a good mood or a bad mood? Good mood, bad mood.
Well, it wasn't a tight game, so you kind of saw the handwriting on the wall. They had a rookie pitcher too, and I believe he's 24. I thought.
I think so.
They said something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, the kid throws 100 miles an hour, and he just stymied the Red Sox. I mean, 8 innings. I mean,
He's good.
Did fantastic.
Listen, when it comes to the Red Sox, when it comes to Patriots, forget sleep, forget food, forget Esther, forget clients. He's all in. He's all in.
I think that's funny. Hey, listen, Italy's healthcare system, it's referred to as what, SSN or something like that?
What do you mean?
What is the healthcare system?
It's universal. It's universal.
Okay.
So everyone who's a citizen. Now I'm a resident. I'm a dual citizen. I have to pay for
You're
my
a dual citizen.
health. I'm a
Okay.
dual citizen. No, I'm a citizen of Hungary and the United States. So I'm a member of the European Union, which allows me to live. I have a residency card, so I'm a resident of Italy, which allows me to buy insurance from the state.
Okay.
Right.
And
So every year I pay about €2,000 a year,
which
allowed me to get the surgery. I paid €300 for 3 days in a hospital. Now I did have to pay for my private ambulance because that was my choice. There are things that I do have to pay for that are additional. Like right now I'm upping my vitamin C, my vitamin D, my calcium, and blah, blah, blah. But for me to get my x-rays, my CAS, like all that stuff is I have to show them my testa sanitaria, which is my health card.
now
Best thing I ever did.
Yeah, I'm
Best
sure.
thing.
The healthcare system is paid by taxes, I imagine.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I was looking at what it covered, and basically healthcare they refer to as being free, but you're paying for it indirectly. You got to visit the family doctors. You got ER visits, hospitalization, preventative care, maternity care, medications in certain instances. I mean, I think that's that's damn good. And you know,
Damn
I
good.
was, for the kind of money that they're paying into it. I mean, this is a pretty good system that they have. And is there co-pays like we do here?
It's different, Mike.
Okay.
There's no copay for like I said, for the surgery, 3 days in the hospital, €300. That included my X-ray, my CAT scan,
In the United
all the
States,
medication.
in money, what's that total to?
$350.
How much? $350?
But like my PT, I paid for. My extra medications, I paid for.
Okay.
You know, the extra, like I had to get compression socks today. It cost me €80, which is about $195 to buy my compression socks. So that, you know, I have to give myself injections every day and stuff like that. That I have to pay for myself.
Okay. All right. But it's doable.
But it's far more affordable.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, compared to here, Jeepers Creepers.
Yeah.
I mean, you talk to somebody in a doctor's office, for God's sakes, I mean, the bill that they send you is freaking nuts.
I know.
It's
Just for an aspirin, how much do you pay for one aspirin? I mean, they were giving me, you know, pain medication and so forth, and that was that. I do have to say that this really, you know, we talk about living in Sicily a lot on our YouTube channel, You, Me, and Sicily on YouTube. We talk about this stuff all the time, what it means to live here, what you have to do. And we have talked about healthcare and so forth, but to have this type of a personal experience firsthand, you know, Lou was kidding about, you know, you're doing video while on there. And my first thought was, I better, you know, what an opportunity to show people what this experience is like, what the inside of the hospital is like, what type of people are dealing with me, what kind of smiley faces, the nurses, the ambulance drivers, you know, I was like, what's your name? Da, da, da. And so I very quickly understood that this is an opportunity to share with the rest of, you know, our audience what this experience is like. You know, hopefully no one will ever have to do this, but if something like this does happen,
it's important.
And let me tell you, I have heard horror stories as well here, where and I guess it depends on the hospital. And you know, Alfred and I have had nothing but great care here. Alfred has a heart doctor here who's very good. Our primary is very good. My pharmacists are fantastic. My pharmacist, we follow each other on Facebook, and she didn't know what was going on with me because I wasn't in the zone. I was in Jardine and Oxford Sheffield immediately. My pharmacist sent me a note saying, Esther, what happened? We're concerned about it. What can we do for you? Blah, blah, blah. So it's that type of personal care.
I get it. I get it. You know, the life expectancy in Italy and Sicily and is very high compared to most places. And to know that you got the kind of medical care that you can get there, I mean, that's a big plus to draw people from other areas, different countries to go there and, you know, to kind of retire, because the cost of living, albeit high, it's a lot cheaper than what we're accustomed to here in the United States. Correct?
Well, let me address that very important point, because I have thought a lot about that, and I've looked at the country, at the regions of Sardinia, which is a little island north of here.
I'm familiar with it.
Yeah, and Sicily, and maybe some places in Japan, and why the life expectancy, right? So I've looked at a lot of that stuff, and I've witnessed firsthand what they do differently here than, let's say, in some parts of the United States. And it's not a one thing, it's not two things, it's really a holistic approach to life.
Right.
Starting from, in no particular order.
Hold on to your thoughts. I need to get this break. I'm a little late for it now, but
go for it.
I just happened to notice. I got so involved with listening
That's
to
a good
Al
question.
talk. Yeah, we'll get back to it. Lou, why don't
Okay.
you let's listen to our sponsors.
Ciao, this is Eszter of You, Me, and Sicily. I want to talk to you about Tommy Amin and the great staff at Butcher Boy Market. Families, foodies, and home chefs come together at Butcher Boy to talk good food and create traditions. They offer the best in quality cuts of beef, pork, lamb, poultry, and restaurant-style steaks and chops. Produce? All of their produce is hand-selected to complement any meal or even to make it your main course. Their deli serves fresh roast beef, turkey, and beautiful imported Italian cold cuts, cheeses, and antipasto. And don't forget the Butcher Boy Bakery, featuring sweet delectables from all over the state, as well as their very own bakery. That's Butcher Boy, where the secret to a great steak is, of course, the steak. Located at 1077 Osgood Street in North Andover, Massachusetts, in the Butcher Boy Plaza. Ciao!
Legacy Care Law Firm provides estate planning and elder law services to people in the greater Merrimack Valley and southern New Hampshire areas with offices in North Andover and Woburn, Massachusetts, as well as Nashua and Salem, New Hampshire. Discussing family and financial matters with an attorney can be intimidating, but our goal is to help you prepare for the future as you preserve your legacy. We help clients qualify for government medical benefits and ensure their estates are preserved for their families so they don't need to worry about their estate being wiped out by high nursing home expenses. Legacy Care Law Firm attorneys are here to support your journey toward a more secure financial future.
This is Tom Zappala. Located in the heart of downtown Haverhill, the Haverhill Beef Company is a full-service, old-fashioned butcher shop and meat market that continues to be a valued family tradition since 1952. Peter and Monica Carboni's Haverhill Beef offers individualized service from an outstanding selection of marinated sirloin tips, homemade sausage, marinated chicken, and thick, juicy Chairman Reserve steaks. Your family deserves the best, so call Peter at 978-374-4795 or visit their website at www.haverhillbeef.com.
At Catadella Funeral Home, we reinvest in our business to provide your family with the best facilities. It begins with a beautifully landscaped exterior, parking for 250 vehicles, and a comfortable and inviting access to our renovated interior. Funerals can be costly, so you should review and compare plans to make sure you receive services that are fairly priced. I invite you to experience the Catadella difference in cost, facility, and service.
Catadella's honoring and celebrating the lives of the people we loved, providing exceptional care since 1929.
Italian artisan cuisine combines simple, fresh ingredients with time-honored preparation to create an incredible culinary experience. At Tuscan Kitchen, located in Salem's historic Depot District, talented chefs prepare everything in-house from scratch for all to see. Guests enjoy their meal literally in our kitchen as food is prepared right in front of you. Wood ovens burn from morning till night, roasting vegetables, baking bread, and firing delightful thin-crust pizzas. Prime steaks are seared on a wood grill. A rotisserie slowly roasts marinated whole chickens and lamb, while a pasta maker creates fresh fettuccine. More than just artisan cuisine, Tuscan Kitchen features the wine bar, live entertainment, weekly wine tastings, and elegant private dining and event space. Call 603-952-4875 or visit TuscanKitchen.com to make a reservation and learn more about the culinary adventure that awaits. In Italy, cooking is an art form. Tuscan Kitchen. Experience artisan Italian.
Orthopedics Northeast and Essex Orthopedics have joined forces as Mobility Bone and Joint Institute to bring improved access and outstanding medical care. While our name has changed, our dedication to exceptional care remains the same as it has for the past 30 years. Same location, 16 Pelham Road, Salem, New Hampshire.
Play more, earn more, win more at Encore Boston Harbor. Sign up for Win Rewards today and score $50 in free play instantly. Score even more as you play your favorite games. New members will also receive $25 in free play for every 100 tier credits earned playing with your new Win Rewards card. Highly rewarding instantly. Visit EncoreBostonHarbor.com for more information. New members only. Further terms and conditions apply. If you or a loved one is experiencing problems with gambling and needs support, call 833-2750-50 or visit GamblingHelplineMA.org to speak with a trained specialist. Specialists are available 24/7 and services are free, confidential, and available in multiple languages.
This is Cindy.
And Mike Kunstler.
Owners and operators of Four Oaks Country Club and Grazie Italian Restaurant in Drake, Massachusetts.
Grazie Italian Restaurant is the hidden gem of the Merrimack Valley.
Why is that?
We have an incredible chef, Oscar Figueroa.
In the words of local famous chef and restaurant owner Lydia Shire,
Oscar thrives on hard work.
he is capable and gifted.
No one makes better food. Scallops, seared to perfection.
House-made ravioli with farm-fresh local corn.
And buttery, tender, lazy man's lobster, just to name a few.
You have to come experience Grazie Italian Restaurant for yourself.
Grazie Italian Restaurant, located at 4 Oaks Country Club, 80 Meadow Creek Drive in Dracut, Massachusetts. Hope to see you soon.
Esther, we have Nancy DeMarco is saying hi to Alfred and Esther, and she says that she's very glad that you are feeling much better. So I think
Thank you, Nancy.
That's nice. That's good things.
Thank you.
I know a lot of our listeners have grown very, very fond of you, and you're an important part of the show. There's no question about it. I look forward
I
to
feel very blessed. Me too.
when we kibitz. Before we took our break, we were talking about you had a subject that was very important. Do you want to bring up?
You have brought up the good point that the life expectancy in Sicily is far better than a lot of places around the world. And I said, that's a good point, Mike. And it's not just one thing, not 2, 3, 4. It's a holistic thing. And some of the things in no particular order. Let's start with the foods. Okay. Now, the majority of the people here are used to eating what's called 0-kilometer food. So foods that are grown locally, they go from the farm to the shop to your table, less than a kilometer. Grown, fruits, vegetables, olives, so forth.
Mm-hmm.
Now, not to say, Mike, that there isn't McDonald's here, that people here also haven't gotten into the unfortunate bad habit of eating badly, which is, fast food and stuff like that, because that's the effect those fast foods have. We do have McDonald's and so forth. But especially the older generation, they're still eating a lot of fruits, a lot of vegetables, a lot of fish. The portions are smaller, lots of olive oil. So let's start with the foods, okay? A lot of home cooking. Then let's move into the family aspect, where family still is very important. You have a lot of family get-togethers. For me, it warms my heart when I see going to the Anchovy Festival and families are going.
Sure.
Mom, dad, their kids.
Nice.
You have still a lot of Sunday dinners with the family. You have events where it's family. And you said before that Italians know how to have fun. Well, they do know how to have fun. They know how to work hard, but they know how to have fun. So you have a lot of stuff with the family. Then you have, you can say what you want about the church, but there is some kind of a religious aspect of it, right? Where you have that. You have traditions. You have traditions, whether it's festivals or religious or whatever, there are traditions. People still do a lot of we've seen through research and it's evident that after you eat a little bit of a walk, which is called here the passeggiata, you go down to Arcitrezza, there's still a lot of people who walk hand in hand.
Nice.
Wife and husband, right? And then you have something that's hard to replicate, the sheer beauty, right? You just live in a beautiful place. You also have people who at an older age, a couple of years ago, I was at a market that I go to, a fruit and vegetable market. And this woman was buying all this stuff. And I got into it, actually was 3 years ago. Her name is Roberta. And we started talking and, she's local and she's just a beautiful little woman. She's buying all this food. And I said, oh, do you need a hand? Let me help you with your groceries, because she said she lives right across the street. And the guy behind the counter said to me, well, Roberta's 90 years old, and she won't let us carry her groceries. So maybe she'll let you carry her. Well, it ended up, I said, please, I would love to see your home. So I ended up walking her around the corner and she showed me her beautiful home.
Nice.
These people still go swimming at 80, at 90. They do go grocery shopping. They keep moving. They keep moving. So there's a lot in here, a lot.
No, that's great. That's great. We're talking a little bit about food and stuff, and I know this doesn't really tie in, but there's something that's been irking me now for a while. Do you think you got any idea, Lou, what it is?
No. I mean, it could be any number of things.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Did you hear recently that after 135 years, Esther, you're familiar with Maxwell House Coffee?
Yes.
Okay. You know what they did?
What?
They changed the name after 135 years.
To what?
Maxwell Apartment.
What?
Maxwell's Apartment.
Are you kidding?
Nope.
They are not.
They are too. Are you not?
I have no comment. I have no comment. I have no comment about that.
That's bothered me now. It's been eating at me. I don't get it.
We've lost that mind.
They have a program. They're going to, if you get coffee, it's like you're going to get it like once every 2 or 3 months or so from them. But it's a lot cheaper than buying it like in a store and this, that, and the other thing.
Crazy.
But it will be available in stores. But Maxwell House Apartment, what the hell is that all about? I don't get it. I don't get it. And just to change a name like that, the amount of money it's going to cost, like just to do your paperwork,
Of course.
Oh, jeepers creepers!
Some things are best left traditional the way they were, right?
Maxwell House has been around 135 years, and they come up with this scheme, and to me, it doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. It doesn't make sense. So Esther, now it's rehab for you. You have exercises you're doing that they're telling you what to do.
Yeah,
you'll have the compression stockings. That'll make a big difference. They're expensive, but I'll tell you, they're a must for something like you have.
Yeah,
And
but listen, I still right now, I have 2 groups here right now. I'm overseeing 2 groups from.
How the heck
This is Central.
up?
Call Central right here. I have my assistants going. This is a revolving door. Every day, one of my drivers or my guides, they come in, they get their instructions for the day. They're both of them are out. One of them is in Palermo. The other one is in Taormina today. They're getting it done.
You know something? You're organized. That's so important. And you could never do it if you didn't have planning and foresight. And you can do it blindfolded, but for other people, it's got to be people you trust. And I'm sure that, your guests that are visiting the island are then sorry to hear about what happened to you. But other than that, they're getting to see exactly what you would show them and the history behind and the history.
The people who are taking our guests around are people that have followed me around, not for a year, not for you. A couple of them have been with us for at least 3 years. So they know my style. They know Alfred's style. They know what we like to do, how we like to show people
That's
around.
awesome. That's awesome. How do you think I'd be as a tour guide if I really studied the product?
I think you'd be great.
You think so?
But it's not, we're not tour guides. We're people
What exactly are you?
We're a tour company. And we organize tours for people, which includes their hotels, their drivers, their guides, their tour guides. So for instance, Stefano went to Taormina to meet the guide. They did the tour. Then Stefano took them around to some shopping, blah, blah, blah. Now he's at our friend Roberto's in Giardini Naxo. So they know exactly how we run. And so we take care of the package. And then, Al likes to say we're just a local color. We're the We're the ones that sort of make everything happen.
Well, you know something, you've come a long way since you landed on the island of Sicily, and I think everybody's happy that you're there and you're doing what you're doing, because you and Alfred are really, I mean, you've embraced so many different projects that can help so many different people. I think it's awesome. I really do, especially teaching the English language and
which, by the way, we also have our Sicilian project class number 2 on Saturday tomorrow.
Okay.
And let me just tell you, it is not easy for me to sit back, not go to Taormina, not go to these places that I love, and have, you know.
Yeah.
So it's a big test for me too.
I hear. All I can say is thank you so much for taking the time to join us. I'm out of time, and you know something, next month, baby, we'll be talking. All right.
Thank you, Lou. Thank you, Mike. Ciao, everyone.
Get better. Get better. Louis.
Arrivederci.
Hope to see you next week, everybody. Ciao.
Ciao.